What is up, YouTube? This is BrickBuilder Paden, and I'm bringing back with y'all today with my newest MOC that I finished. And if y'all have kept up with the Builder's Brick Table, which is occasional daily videos I post of the status of my next project, then you should know that this is a German bunker from World War II. And yes, it is a bunker because it is not a pillbox, because I have expanded the systems backwards. And as you can see, it came out real nice. I just finished it up today. As you can see, I just had to push that brick down because I hadn't even gone over the finer details as thoroughly as I should. But it turned out great, in my opinion. And if you kept up with the last 2 days, 3 days actually, I forgot to post a video yesterday because I didn't really work on this yesterday. I chillaxed, as I should. I had basically went from taking the top product, building the black border, finishing it, and then making everything you see over here. And adding all the finer details here and there in this wall. The wall was not there in the original plan, but I made it work. And I think it fits in nicely. And I also just have these shown up because this might be the next entry into the July Brickmania competition. It's either going to be that one or my Guadalcanal MOC if I scoot this one out of the way. So yeah, it's either going to be this one or this one. So I'm going to post a poll on it to see what y'all think is better, because one is a lot better than the other, yet they're both detailed well. And the nice thing is none of these pieces are need to be flip-flop between each other. These are two different MOCs I can have at the same time. I really like that because they also have some different building techniques as well, because as you can see with the tree differences here and there. So yeah, I'm gonna move this one out of its way because if you want to check out this MOC, I have a separate video of it. I'll link it in the description for you guys for those who are interested. And I will get back into this MOC. And I'm gonna dive in now. I'm just gonna take this out of the way. Hopefully this brings me a third win. I got these two on the same day. They just had a surplus of the green ones, and I like the green ones, so they gave me that one as well. So as you can see, one, it's a pretty deep MOC from the thickness of the border, because there's the trench and the bunker that add the levels to it. And I'm gonna scoot my camera back as well. Also, if I turn it around, you can see that I did not care to fill in this portion because I just needed it to work for it. I don't need it to look nice on the insides. That becomes even more apparent on this side because there's just massive gaps of unused space that are just not needed. I mean, I might put a skeleton somewhere to make a little humorous, but yeah. As you can see, there is a corridor that leads down to more bunkers systems, and I did add the German officer in, as I said. There's also a sniper up here in the trees, if y'all didn't notice. You probably did, but there you go. That's your little obvious notice. I do like the little hill effect on this with the trees, and I did add a little spider with the webbing, because I just like to add little things here and there. And if we turn to this side, you get more action with the Germans. You can see that there is the trench system and the entrance to the bunker. And also, these both have interiors. They're two different rooms, and they do have removable roofs that I'll show in a sec. But starting with the obvious, all right, one, I did try a little more blood in these MOCs because I want to make them a little interesting, mid-fight kind of looking. And obviously you can see that this dude is not faring too well because these MG42s are not being nice. And so is this poor guy over here, because if I pick up my camera, zoom in, and move this dude out of the way, I actually put a red hand on him with blood coming out with his arm holding his hand. And this dude is supposed to have his hand on his shoulder. If I can get him back into position, there you go. He has his hand on his shoulder, also holding the bloodied hand. So yeah, that's a little something I did. I did the little technique I used for the other arm. I took it out of the socket, then put the hand on an inverted or a cut down tube piece to give the effect that he's like grasping his arm in pain. There's one MP40 soldier in the trench with the, here's the pouches one that I have. As you know, I got these all from sticker packs, so yeah, there went my entire Hogwarts students. And this dude's priming a grenade while he has the Car 98. There's also 2 more Car 98s shooting around for these 2 guys who are currently non-combat. Also, I took the helmets off because to simulate that there is a midway going through. I also did use some tiled see-through towels. The effect of the helmet flying off when he's shot. And there is another soldier running out of the trench, or the bunker, to reinforce the trenches with an MP40 and a stick grenade. I do like these nifty little stick grenades. They're pretty nice. They're just simple. You can like turn them around and put them in like the mouth of a soldier, and that's basically them priming the grenade, which was a commonly used method back in both World Wars. There are vines creeping up the bunker, as finer details, and the rock. Well, I'm just gonna get into that real quick. I like how it came out. I like the texture of the rocks, and I don't think there's too much gray on, or different shades of gray on either of them, and I feel it came out nice, and surprisingly so, because I was actually panicking a bit. Especially, and also like how it ends over here with just some like sloped pieces and all. But yeah, also for the Americans, I used in all of them, I tried a different uniform design with the dark blue, with the dark brown pants and tan pouches. I do like this design for the soldiers. This isn't the best one to like look to for an example. I'd say this one is. If I had more Thompsons, I would give them all Thompsons, because I wanted this to be like a assault squad, basically, a shock squad. This one's a better example. It's got nice dark tan gloves as well. I would have given the other dude gloves. He has just regular tan hands, but I ran out. There goes my entire Hogwarts Quidditch team hands. But yeah, also I put orange cones on some of the guns, as you can see, that simulate gunfire, and I would have put one on the MP40, but they didn't fit, sadly. And I could barely squeeze this one on because of the iron sight that pops up here and there. But yeah, I do like the design of this. Also, I think I put in the right amount of Americans, because I don't feel like a little too much would have been too much, but too little would have been not enough. So originally I had like make another one on short notice, basically. But yeah, anyway, as I said, I've been rambling on. I'm gonna get into the bunkers now. So, whoops, I tried not to clap my camera stand. So for the bunkers, please tell me I have like one of these orange tools on my desk. Yes, I do. Thank goodness. I need one of these to open them up. But if I put this on the competition while they're on display for people to look at, I'm not gonna crack them up. I'm just gonna keep them as it is. This is more of my own thing. So I got this little bump right here, as you might have noticed. Just gotta dig my fingernail underneath it tiny bit to crack it open. I just take the wedge. Actually, you're gonna have to remove this tree right here, because it also like gets in the way, makes it a lot easier. If I take it off, and then just basically crack it open. Now, originally this was all entirely studded, but I took a lot of the studs off and replaced them with smooth plates to make it a lot easier to take off, and I do like that decision. As you can see, some of the things stayed on. Basically just pop that on back there. And then for the front, it's a lot more harder, because originally you could just tuck your thumbs underneath and just lift it up, but the bar right here spans the entirety length of the bunker, so it would like take off this part as well. So instead I have to, alright, I'm just going to remove the cone, because that has a tendency of falling out. Basically, you can still pull this one up. Gotta make sure this part is down though. And you remove that. It's a lot harder to remove than the other one. And that gives me a nice view into the inside. And as you can see, there's 2 gunners. First and foremost, I can zoom in for y'all. There's 2 gunners. Both have MG42s with the saddle drums, I think, or just the regular drums. And I think the saddle drums are like the ones that went on both sides. I do have some of those. I used my regular German gunner with the bullet chains detailed, because of course I'm going to put him in the bunker. He's one of my more favorable German minifigures I have. And the other guy was one who was the officer from the sticker pad, but his like stuff got scratched up, as you can see. So I put this spare vest I had over him to make him like an extra rifleman. It wasn't that fun, but it worked. So yeah, basically I just made him a secondary gunner, and there goes the little cone piece. Okay, also you can see the my new German officer charging down the tunnel with his Luger and hat. Also, there's a storage crate right there. Actually, I'm just gonna make it easier for y'all. Here, we got some nice weapons crates here and there. And there is a wooden step up for the bunker. I just made that little detail because I saw it in a lot of German bunker images and games I played, because I actually went to like most notably Enlisted, and I played that for I like joined it hopped in matches, and whenever there was like a bunker, or more favorably D-Day, because I was gonna start this out making a D-Day mock, but I didn't want to make like the whole, because I would have to like stretch this part, the entirety of it, make it drop down and have like a whole sandy beach. Eventually, I probably will make a Normandy mock eventually in the future, but who knows. But yeah, then there's the wooden step up in like all the bunkers that I like looked into. I would just hop into the match and just take screenshots of the bunkers basically, because it gave me a lot of good angles and show me like what to work with. But yeah, I had some fun with those. I was about to put this on without putting these guys back in. I'm just gonna save me some extra time. And basically, for the cones, for the MG42s, for the brick arms ones, you see these are like little cylindrical part right here between the muzzle shroud and the main body of the gun. You can slip a cone in there without it falling out, but I still want the bipod, and it operates on a tooth grip system. So you gotta make room for the bipod, but enough room, just enough for that cone to stick on, but still is loose and can tumble out if you like click it into place sometimes. Hopefully it doesn't. It'll be nice to me for today. It was, and sweet. And then you just set the bipod down. The reason I put them not on the wooden platform, because I don't want the gun sticking out like that. That's really awkward, because you can't put the bipod any further down the gun. Thankfully, this gun's a little more lenient and easier to put on. I don't know why. And you just set up the two guys, because its standard pillbox or bunker would contain 2 MG42s. I do have some MG34s, though, plus a tripod mount, but I just didn't use them. Then you put the cover of the bunker back on for that first layer, and then for the second layer, just click, click, and that just popped off. Sorry, give me a sec. And that popped off as well, because everything's popping off, because, I don't know, it's World War II, everything did pop off. You may laugh at my bad pun. I'm not. And click it back into place. Another thing I forgot to say is some of the green plates are attached to the bunker roof. I feel like they do like merge well into the hill background. Overall, I really like how the terrain came out on this. And you just add the trees back in place, and everything is good. Bang, bang, boom. That's the whole mock. And that's about it. I'm pretty sure that's all. And hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all enjoyed the build. And keep a lookout for my community tab on my channel. I'm gonna post a poll of which one of these I should submit for the July Lego mock contest. Either this one or the Guadalcanal mock. And I hope y'all's enjoyed. If you liked the video, leave a like if you want. Perfectly fine if you don't. If you enjoyed my content, consider subscribing. Again, perfectly fine if you don't. You can just stick around for the content if you like. And always leave a comment down below. I love comments. I love reading y'all's opinions on my mocks. And I do love taking recommendations for what I should do next. Like, if you want me to build something Star Wars, Marvel, DC, I got a whole list of ideas going through, but I still like taking more along the way. So that's all, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.